That is you. That is who you are. When I've got 15 different tabs open and I'm not paying attention to a conversation and I miss something and I up, it might be because I have ADHD that something like that happens, but that's my mistake and that's my fault to correct. Problem that I have when people talk about mental health is they find ways to externalize mental illness in a way that they can pin the blame on it and not assume that it's a part of who they are. Now in conversations, they'll always say, oh, no, I mean, I need to do that. I need to bullshit. I hear the way that you talk about it, I hear the tone you use, and I hear the way that you use it to dismiss criticism. Whenever you hear somebody say over and over again, oh, that's my autism, oh, that's my ADHD, no, motherfucker, that's you. You are autistic. You are attention deficit, hybrid disorder. That is you. You are a person that is bipolar, that has borderline. That's you. Do something about it. Who clips these streamables? It's such quiet Bro, I was right on everything that I said. I am right on everything that I said, okay? Principles of design, okay? This is not okay. Being able to manually adjust volumes, this feature should have never existed. You shouldn't be able to adjust individual volumes here. There shouldn't be mute tabs up here, and you shouldn't be able to adjust people's volumes on Discord. All of these features should have never existed. 10 years ago, when they were arguing about whether to be able to mute individual tabs, the argument, the design principle was that if you give people the ability to mute individual tabs, websites are going to lose the incentive to make it easy to figure out how to mute the website, because now people can control it all on their tabs. And it's the same thing with Discord. If you make it so people can toggle people's individual volumes, everybody's mics are going to be because nobody's going to have any incentive to actually fix their shit, because everybody can just individually tag them and individually adjust the volume. And now it's the same thing with websites where I'm getting the volume on this is insane. This is max volume. It's like 2 decibels. Why? Oh, well, it's because you can install an extension to increase the volume. Oh, it's because you got the volume mixer on your computer. Oh, it's because you can turn up your headphones. No! What the f***? Standardize the volume. It's so stupid. This should have never, ever been a thing. And now every single thing on the internet has its own control scheme, its own volume, and your desktop has it, and Discord has it, every program, every app, every phone, and nothing is standardized anymore. It's so obnoxious. The volume on whoever, if you link me anywhere streamables and the volume is like this, I'm perma-banning you. I'm assuming you're making it. Fix your shit. Buy some studio monitors, set them up in your apartment, okay? Bring over a professional mixer and do it, okay? Or just turn the volume up. F you. This is unbelievable. Destiny, do you really think Brittany has insightful takes when she has such basic takes like, they say I hate Jews, which is ridiculous because I'm Middle Eastern. I feel like she can be emotionally intelligent in person-to-person encounters, but anything macro, she has very surface level thoughts on. Don't blick. Here's the key to life. Ready? Different people offer you different things. If you're gonna write off every single thing somebody says because they said something dumb in one topic or because they don't know as much about a certain topic, you can go through life like that. That's fine, okay? But in 35 years, when you're a lonely loser and you have no friends because your standard for keeping any friend is they said something dumb one time, so I don't want to listen about anything, you're like, that's a problem, okay? I don't go to Brittany for politics insights. Obviously, saying, how can I hate Jews when I'm Middle Eastern is probably one of the dumbest macro political statements you could ever make, because I'm pretty sure every single Islamic society in the entirety of the fucking Middle East hated Jewish people, which is insanely crazy for her to say, okay? But I don't go to Brittany for political takes. I'm not after her for political takes. So when you're like, oh, she said something really dumb politically, does this mean you discard everything she has to say about like relationships or interpersonal stuff? No, why the fuck would I do that? It doesn't cross over. Stop. You're like in a debate with somebody for like your college final, and it's like Ukraine versus Russia, and you're like, I think that Russia has a right to take over Ukraine. Like, and the person's like, really? And it's like, absolutely. I hope they don't stop with Crimea or the Donbass. I hope they keep moving west. I hope they go after Poland and Hungary next. And the person's like, why the fuck would you say that? And you're like, well, there's this one guy that said that he was pro-Ukraine, but he also said that he likes toppings on pizza. And, you know, if he's going to give food takes like that and buy styrofoam cups, why the fuck would I listen to anything I say about geopolitics? So he must be wrong on everything. That's you. That's you right now. That's you. Don't blick. You're only alive because you're a tier 4 sub. That armor, okay, just got a few dents in it. You better be careful next time. You see some wild shit in my chat. You're getting banned. Okay, sorry. Let me turn my mic down. Everybody turn your headphones up. Everybody turn your the dials you have on your headphones up. The audio interface you have, turn that up. The individual volume on the stream, remember to turn that up. The mixer that you have right here, your audio mixer window, turn that up. If you've got an audio plug-in here, make sure to turn that up. Turn all your things up, guys. We're gonna go back to listening to the streamable that's recorded at 5 decibels, okay? Good luck, guys.
who I was, some of them began to see me as a person, though. Once they got over who I was, some of them began to see me as a person, and I'm so grateful for those people. I think, generally speaking, his audience just doesn't understand some of the girls, but some of them are so lovely. Like, there's people in my chat right now that I recognize their usernames. I'm like, that's a Destiny fan. A lot of my callers are Destiny viewers. They're so lovely. So they, like, a big part of his audience is lovely, but the ones who go ham on Reddit and have conspiracy theory personalities, girl.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where, like, I still read it and I'm like, this person doesn't understand me. That's fine.
They don't.
Yeah, it's still like, it still hurts though to read, right?
Yeah,
and
totally.
especially with my propensity to self-abandon, I'm like, what if they're right? You know what I mean?
I mean, literally, I'm borderline.
Okay, Lav does this a lot. I'm gonna start policing the fuck out of this in conversations, okay? People on my subreddit were misunderstanding this as well. Okay, let's talk for a second about mental health. And one of the reasons why I hate people that talk about mental health, because I think the way that people view mental health, okay, is bad. If you have ADHD, or if you have OCD, or if you have BPD, or if you have any other police departments living in your head, okay, if you've got any kind of shit going on, one, that is you, okay? That is who you are, okay? When I've got 15 different tabs open and I'm not paying attention to a conversation and I miss something and I f up, it might be because I have ADHD that something like that happens, but that's my mistake and that's my fault to correct, okay? The problem that I have when people talk about mental health is they find ways to externalize mental illness in a way that they can pin the blame on it and not assume that it's a part of who they are. Now, in conversations, they'll always say, oh, no, I mean, I need to do that. I need to... Bullshit. I hear the way that you talk about it. I hear the tone you use, and I hear the way that you use it to dismiss criticism. This doesn't only apply to Lav. This applies to everybody. Whenever you hear somebody say over and over again, oh, that's my autism. Oh, that's my ADD. No, motherfucker. It's you. You are autistic. You are attention deficit, hybrid disorder. That is you. You are a person that is bipolar, that has borderline. That's you. Do something about it. Stop externalizing everything to things that are in your fucking head. Fix it. Figure it out. The usage of psychology language to like everything is so grating. Kill me. I have the propensity to self-abandon. Shut the no. Fix it. Do something. What? Just stop. Stop using these words. I have an anxious attachment. So I don't care. Fix it. Do something about it. Do something. If you know that you have these things, then do something to fix it. When I'm working on projects at night and I realize I've got 5 tabs open, I'm like, fuck, I'm a little ADHD brain. I'll close them because I know I can't do that. If I have it open, so when I work on my manifestos, I close chat. I close all of my chats because I know that if it's open on the side, I'm gonna look at shit and start clicking links. So what do? I close it. Do something. If a diagnosis is only good for you if you're actually taking it and using it to improve yourself or your life or something. You can't just use it to oh, this is my blame box. Oh, did you just say that I'm blah, blah, blah? Well, here's my attachment. Oh, did you say blah, blah? Well, I have OCD. Oh, did you say blah, blah, blah? Oh, well, I didn't. No. That's who you are. Do something about it. Fuck. God, I hate everybody uses these goddamn words now and it pisses me the off. Stop doing it. Okay, sorry. Turn all your shit. Turn your mixers up, turn your headphones up, turn your interfaces up, turn your plugins up, turn your Twitch, YouTube up, turn it all up again because we're going back in. And this is a very fucking quiet clip because the person that clipped this also has ADHD because they couldn't focus for 4 fucking seconds from the program that they used to clip it to turn the fucking volume up, okay?
Just doesn't understand some of the girls, but some of them are so lovely. So they, like, a big part of his audience is lovely, but the ones who go ham on Reddit and have conspiracy theory.
Hold on. Turn your volumes down again, okay? Zomo in chat said, he literally just proved he doesn't understand anything about mental health, lol. Zomo. If you want to hop on Discord and chat about it, my good friend, feel free to shoot me a message, okay?
Personalities? Girl.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where like I still read it and I'm like, this person doesn't understand me. That's
Doesn't.
fine.
They don't.
Yeah, it's still like it still hurts though to read, right?
Yeah,
And
totally.
especially with my propensity to self-abandon, I'm like, what if they're right? You know what I mean?
I mean, literally, I'm borderline. So, girl, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, people are like, she just loves the negative.
When I talk to Brittany and she describes, and I could be wrong, you go back and clip me, I guess, if you think it's wrong, but whenever I hear Brittany describe herself as having borderline, it's usually always like, I have borderline, so I do this, or I have borderline, so I only communicate like this, or I look out for these things. When Brittany talks about being borderline, and she talks about it through the lens of being borderline, it's usually in a way to where I know that I have a propensity for this particular thing, so I do this type of action to remedy that thing. That's the difference. When it triggered the fuck out of me because Lav and Max are both incredibly adept at gaslighting and Darvoing. They're both so fucking good at it. Lav, not as much. Max is very good. Here's like a thing. I'm not going to be able to give you a guide to detect this in real life because it requires a lot of social adeptness to be able to figure it out. But here's just like a random thing that I would give you as like a pro tip. What is Darvoing? Darvo is when you flip the script and you make the other person feel bad when you should probably be the one that feels bad. It stands for deny, attack, and reverse the victim and the offender. If you ever feel like you're in a personal relationship with somebody and you feel bad a lot, and every time you try to confront them about them making you feel bad, somehow by the end of the conversation, you're always the one that's in the wrong. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean they're doing that, and you could actually be in the wrong and you're fucked up, but that should be a key to you that something needs to change about your interactions with that person. There are some people in life that are really, 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 I did this a lot. I still do it sometimes to Mel. I love you, Mel. There are some people that are so good at navigating conversations and making it so that like you're the problem, even though it's their fault. If you find somebody that does that to you over and over and over again, you need to take a step back and you figure, okay, am I actually a terrible person, or does this motherfucker flip the script on me constantly? Always be careful of that. Always, always, always be careful of that.
Attention. I come on to Steven's
Wait, okay, I think we saw it. We're good on this. Okay. Do you think it's intentional? I get the impression with Lab that she just learned away. Yeah, I don't think it's intentional. None of these people are like intentional. Like it's just you learn kind of tricks and strategies for how you maneuver through conversations and talk to people, and then eventually you kind of like figure it out. They just like do these things because they do them. Fuck, now that I just introduced the term Darvo, now everybody in the politics community is going to start to say Darvoing all the time. Just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm just... I'm curious what you think about workplace adjustments for people who are autistic, ADHD, etc. If it's you and your responsibility, then shouldn't a workplace not do anything to make adjustments for you? I mean, it super depends. Here's like, I don't know where the exact line on this is, but I do know some things, okay? In life, if nobody is willing to make accommodations for you, that is very bad. However, I would argue that that is just as bad as somebody that is willing to over-accommodate for you. Over-accommodating is not compassion, it's not niceness, it's not kindness and caring, it is bullshit. You are ruining somebody's ability to exist in the real fucking world. You might as well be mind raping them for the future of their life. Over-accommodations destroy a person's ability to realize that they have to act differently with a different appropriate attitude or demeanor or skill set in different situations. That is a part of being a well-functioning and a well-functioning human being that can exist in a society, okay? Just because I have ADHD or just because I have OCD or BPD or whatever, I don't have all these things. Like if I had any of these things, that's not an excuse to where every single place I need to go to, so everybody has to accommodate for me all the time. You need to accommodate, you need to do this, you need to do that, blah, blah, blah. The world just doesn't work that way. There has to be a norm of human behavior and acceptable activities such that we don't have to over-accommodate for every single thing, every single time, every single period in our lives, all the time. A really good example of this is putting trigger warnings on college courses. What a stupid fucking idea. Well, I shouldn't say it's a stupid idea. Interesting hypothesis, tested a little bit, but when they start showing up on like world history courses, are you fucking serious? Are you actually fucking serious? Like, am I gonna have a fucking robot that plays a trigger warning every time I get into my fucking car because I might see a car accident on the way to work? or trigger warnings on stoplights because there might be roadkill. Give me a fucking break. And I think more and more research has come out now showing that trigger warnings, it's not even that they don't do anything, it's that trigger warnings actually have a negative effect on somebody because it primes somebody to think that they're about to see something bad, and it primes a response too. That's another thing you can do. You can prime the out of people. You can prime responses out of people. A lot of people don't realize that too. The way that you treat somebody, the way that you act towards somebody can dictate a lot of their behavior. It's how like scammers and shit work. They play on like certain like basic aspects of how humans engage with each other. The example, the super example that I give every single time, and I'll do this till the day that I'm die, is when you've got kids that run around and they get hurt and they look to their parents for a reaction, and you get like a kid will run into a coffee table because kids do it. They're stupid. They're growing up. They run into coffee tables. Their heads are too big for their bodies. And then all of a sudden they look to like mom and dad, and the parents are like, and then the kid starts freaking the fuck out and crying. It's like, bro, dust them off and send them on the way. They're fine. Jesus Christ. But you can do this to other humans too, you know? It's kind of funny. I don't like to tie it in, I guess, because I've got more personal relationships with these people. But like, I think that, you know how I talked about the retroactive trauma? I hope that's in the literature someday if somebody cites my stream for that, because I know I made that up, okay? When I say like retroactive trauma, how people will go back retroactively and they can talk with a friend and all of a sudden they're like gaslighting themselves into thinking some crazy shit happened. I think you could argue that that actually is what happened with Cherry and Stardust. I think that they were talking to each other. I think that they had like a couple of weird experiences, and they started looking at something. And then I think they actually started hyping. They're like, yeah, I don't think either of them were lying. I don't think either of them were bad faith. I think that like, I think that when they went into that thing, I think they actually started to like hype themselves up, and then they came out thinking that shit was way worse than it actually was. And I think we do that as a society on like a bigger level. I think it's a problem with people that go to therapy. When you go to therapy, oftentimes the person you're talking to will separate the client from their ailment and blame the ailment, giving people a new unhealthy coping mechanism. Do they? That's just a shitty therapist. Now I want like logs of like therapists. I'm really curious now, because here's something that I don't know. I don't know if people are quoting their therapist incorrectly, or if there are actually a lot of dog shit therapists. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. I don't know. Because the way that some people talk to me about their therapy, like, and I'll never tell this to someone because it's not my place to say it, but like the way when I hear it, I'm like, bro, you need to find a new fucking therapist. First of all, you've been seeing this person for 3 fucking years, okay? What the fuck? Clearly they're not helping. And secondly, like the way that when people weaponize statements from therapists, or when they use their therapist as an excuse, or the worst thing is, oh, here is a hard and fast rule, and I will fight you on this. I'll fight every motherfucker. I don't care if you've got a PhD in psychology or if you're a therapist for 60 years of experience, 50,000 clients, I will fight you to the death on this. There is never, ever, 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 ever a time where a person outside of therapy can cite something their therapist said about another person. That is the most bullshit thing. I see a lot of people do it. That is never, ever, ever a thing that anybody should ever be doing. Oh, well, my therapist actually said that you're like this. Or, oh, bro, your therapist doesn't fucking know me. They talk to you, motherfucker. Why the fuck would I give a fuck about what your therapist, what are they, a fucking mind reader? Are they an astrologist? Are they reading tea leaves to figure out who the fuck I am? I've never talked to your therapist. The fuck are they even saying anything about me, right? They have no business talking about me. What they should be talking about is how you feel about me or how you feel about our interactions. But if you are a therapist, and if you ever tell a client, oh, well, I think this person is abusive, or oh, this person, blah, blah, fuck you. You don't fucking know. You're not a fucking mind reader. Chances are if you're a therapist, hold on. If you're a therapist, it is not your job to tell your clients how other people in their lives are. That's just, why the fuck would you ever do that? You talk to your client about how they feel about things going on with interactions they have with people. In exceptional cases, you can offer some critique. Like if somebody's being fucking raped or physically abused, sure. But fuck me, dude. I hear so many people cite their oh, well, my therapist told me that this guy is blah, blah, blah. Does your therapist know that guy? Because no offense, bitch, I wouldn't trust the shit that you tell me about people in your life. Why the fuck would your therapist? Okay, stop. My worry with a young man watching Destiny, because they may think that they are an exception like he is and try something like an open relationship, in spite of Destiny saying it is a bad idea for, oh, you're lucky I read your whole comment because I almost went off on you in the middle. Yeah, don't live anything. Don't do anything that I do. I am the exception, okay? You know, everybody's like, oh, I think I'm the exception is blah, 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 blah. You're not, okay? If you are, you know, all right? And if you think you are because you watch a lot of anime, you definitely aren't, okay? I know that I'm the exception because I've done a lot of shit. I'm old. I'm an elderly man. I'm almost 34 years old. I know what I can and can't do, okay? Don't copy my life. Don't copy anything that I do. I'm built for it. I am a Sigma male. I need, hold on. I'm gonna get a Red Bull and we're gonna listen to these for a minute. I'm sorry, I need. I need to throw up a quick, like, 907. No, like a 912. Hold on. Are you serious? Bruv, this shit is fucking rigged. Not even close. What the fuck? What the fuck, bruv? Bruv. Bruv. Okay. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. That's it.